Hello, welcome to Geek Week 7. Today's Monday the 7th of January and it's Matt's Musical Mondays, and today we're going to be talking about music in the sense of sports. What I want to talk about really today is my main issue with music becoming a bit like sports, where your ability as a musician is tested against your ability to do something. For example, a really good example is with playing the guitar. People often judge someone's skill with the guitar or their ability to make music with a guitar on how fast they can play, how many notes you can fit in, all the shredding. The same's true, you get a lot with other instruments as well, especially on the grading side of things, where we like to grade people's abilities on instruments by saying, oh, you're grade 6 or whatever, or trying to bracket people in and saying, well, but the thing is with music it doesn't really matter about that, because it's all about it's an artistic expression. You wouldn't say you're the best painters of all time, all judged by how thin a line they can draw on their paintings and how many different colours they've used in one piece. It's such an arbitrary way of deciding that, and one of the huge problems you find with this is in beatboxing. If you go on to, after finishing this lovely video and giving us a thumbs up and leaving a comment, you can go, if you go onto YouTube, you can literally type in, beatbox world championships or anything, and you listen to the people that are finishing, and there's no musicality to it at all. It's all become this point where I must show off as many different little techniques as possible, do it as fast as possible, and that's kind of somehow become, what's been decided as being talented. I think it's a really dangerous road to go down, and I think the problem is sometimes we don't even notice it because we get kind of caught up in celebrating it, in thinking, wow, that guy's the world's best drummer because listen how fast he can drum. But listen to some drums that go brrrr. It's not musically interesting, it's not expressing anything artistic. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about was artistic expression, and a lot of people might think that just excludes like party music and stuff, but that's still expressing something. That's still expressing, I'm in such a good mood, I want to party, and I want to, share my good mood with other people. I want to be around other people that share my good mood. They're still expressing something about yourself. Whether, like, if I were in the mood to go to a club, then I'd be expressing myself by saying, hey, let's all go to the club and drink this certain type of beer. Then I'd be expressing myself. Its worth can't be decided upon. That's all just your own interpretation of it. You can't be saying to people, well, that music isn't expressing something I'm interested in, therefore it's bad music. I think it's all a matter of is how well they connect with other people through the music. That's not to say that you should judge music by how successful it is in reaching a wider range of people, because most of that's down to three things, being how much they've spent on advertising it, whether it's got gimmicks in it, or whether it's showing people in like hardly any clothes. That's pretty much all it takes to make a record. Look at Gangnam Style, for example. It's just novelty. The music's awful. There I am telling people, don't judge music, and but everyone's guilty of it. We can't help but judge music. So to play me out today, I just want you to think about it today, about whether the music you listen to, you judge it on the technique of the musician rather than their ability to connect with you through expression. And after that arty-farty bit, I'm just going to leave you out with some beatboxing that I did to keep up my New Year's resolution. I went beatboxing this weekend, and here's a little bit of footage of me doing that. Back to the past.